Recognizing that learning is part of all employees' responsibilities, both managers and peers, along with training professionals, are actively involved in helping other employees gain new skills and perspectives. This helps reinforce the value of learning and it's important to the business. Why is this emphasis on strategic training important? Companies are in the business to make money, and every business function is under pressure to show how it contributes to business success, or else it faces spending cuts and even outsourcing. To contribute to a company's success, training activities should help the company achieve its business strategy. A business strategy is a plan that integrates the company's goals, policies, and actions. The strategy influences how the company uses physical capital, like plants, technology, and equipment, financial capital, like assets, cash, and revenues, and human capital, including employees. The business strategy helps direct the company's activities, production, finance, marketing, and human resources to reach specific goals. The goals are what the company hopes to achieve in the medium and long-term future. There are both direct and indirect links between training and business strategy and goals. Training that helps employees develop the skills needed to perform their jobs directly affects the business. Business strategy has a major impact on the type and amount of training that occurs and whether resources like money, trainers' time, and program development should be devoted to training. Also, strategy influences the type, level, and mix of skills needed in the company. Strategy has a particularly strong influence on determining the following: the amount of training devoted to current or future job skills, the extent to which training is customized for the particular needs of an employee or is developed based on the needs of a team, unit, or division, whether training is restricted to specific groups of employees, such as persons identified as having managerial talent, or open to all employees, and whether training is planned and systematically administered, provided only when problems occur, or developed spontaneously with reaction to what companies and competitors are doing. Traditionally, training has been seen as an event or program designed to develop specific, explicit knowledge and skills. But managers and trainers and human resource professionals have begun to recognize the potential contribution to business goals of knowledge that's based on experience, which is impossible to teach in a training program. And they have been broadened with the role of training to include learning and designing new ways of creating and sharing knowledge. Strategic training and development is critical to business strategy, including identifying business strategy, choosing strategic training and development initiatives that support the strategy, providing training and development activities that support the strategic initiatives, and identifying and collecting metrics to demonstrate the value of training. A learning organization is a company that has an enhanced capacity to learn, adapt, and change. Training processes are carefully scrutinized and aligned with company goals. In a learning organization, training is seen as one part of a system designed to create human capital. The essential features of a learning organization appear to include the following. Note that the learning organization emphasizes that learning occurs not only at the individual employee level, as we traditionally think of learning, but also at a group and organizational level. The learning organization emphasizes knowledge management. In a supportive learning environment, employees feel safe expressing their thoughts about work, asking questions, disagreeing with managers, and admitting mistakes. Knowledge creation, dissemination, sharing, and application are practiced. Systems are developed for creating, capturing, and sharing knowledge. Managers actively question and listen to employees, encouraging dialogue and debate. Managers are willing to consider alternative points of view. Time is devoted to problem identification, learning processes and practices, and post-performance audits. Learning is reviewed, promoted, and supported. One of the most important aspects of a learning organization is the ability for employees to learn from failure and from successes. That is, learning includes understanding why things happen and why some choices lead to outcomes. Both successes and failures trigger investigation, which can help employees revise assumptions, models, and theories. A single training event or program is not likely to give a company a competitive advantage, because explicit knowledge is well known and programs designed to teach it can be easily developed and imitated. However, tactic knowledge, developed through experience and shared through interactions between employees, is impossible to imitate and can provide companies with a competitive advantage. First, there's a recognition that to be effective, learning has to be related to helping employee performance improve and the company to achieve its goals. This connection helps ensure that employees are motivated to learn and that the limited resources, both time and money for learning, are focused in areas that will directly help the business succeed. Second, unpredictability in the business environment in which companies operate will continue to be the norm. Because problems cannot be predicted in advance, learning needs to occur on an as-needed basis. Companies need to move beyond the classroom and instead use job experiences, online learning, and mobile learning to help employees acquire knowledge and skills while they focus on business problems. Third, because tactic knowledge is difficult to acquire in training programs, companies need to support informal learning that occurs through mentoring, social networks, and job experiences. Fourth, learning has to be supported not only with physical and technical resources, but also psychologically. Creating and sharing knowledge refers to a company's development of human capital. Human capital includes cognitive knowledge, know what, advanced skills, know how, systems understanding and creativity, know why, and self-motivated creativity, care why. Traditionally, training has focused on cognitive and advanced skills. To create and share knowledge, companies have to provide the physical space and technology, like email, websites, and social networks, to encourage employee collaboration and knowledge sharing. As companies recognize the value of training and development and view them as part of the broader learning strategy, key capabilities are needed. These capabilities include alignment of learning goals to business goals, measurement of overall business impact of the learning function, movement of learning outside the company to include customers, vendors, and suppliers. In addition, a focus on developing competencies for most critical jobs, integration of learning with other human resource functions such as knowledge management, performance management, and talent management, delivery of approaches that include classroom training as well as e-learning, and the design and delivery of leadership development courses. These capabilities are part of the strategic training and development process. Let's explore a model of the strategic training and development process with examples of strategic initiatives, training activities, and metrics. This model shows that the process begins with identifying the business strategy. Next, strategic training and development initiatives that support the strategy are chosen. Translating these strategic training and development initiatives into concrete training and development activities is the next step of the process. The final step involves identifying measures or metrics. These metrics are used to determine whether training has helped contribute to goals related to business strategy. 5 major components are part of developing a new business strategy or changing an existing one. The first component is the company's mission, which is a statement of the company's reason for existing. Company missions vary, but they typically include information on the customer served, why the company exists, what the company does, the value received by customers, and the technology used. The mission statement is often accompanied by a statement of the company's vision or values. The vision is a picture of the future the company wants to achieve, while the values are what the company stands for. The second component is company goals, which are what the company hopes to achieve in the midterm to long term. They reflect how the mission can be carried out. Training can contribute to a number of different business goals. Both for-profit and not-for-profit companies often include goals related to satisfying stakeholders. The term stakeholders refers to shareholders, if the company is publicly traded and for-profit, the community, customers, employees, and all other parties that have an interest in seeing that the company succeeds. A third and fourth component, external and internal analysis, are combined to form what's called a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis consists of an internal analysis of strengths and weaknesses and an external analysis of opportunities and threats to the company that currently exist or are anticipated. External analysis involves examining the operating environment to identify opportunities and threats. Internal analysis attempts to identify the company's strengths and weaknesses. The strategic choice, represented by SWOT analysis, is believed to be the best alternative to achieve the company's goals. Strategic training and development initiatives are learning related actions that a company should take to help achieve its business strategy. The strategic training and development initiatives vary by company depending on a company's industry, goods, goals, resources, and capabilities. The initiatives are based on the business environment and an understanding of the company's goals and resources, and insight regarding potential training and development options. They provide the company with a roadmap to guide specific training and development initiatives. There's a tendency to have a disconnect between the strategy and the execution of strategy. To avoid this, learning professionals need to reach out to managers to ensure that the strategic training initiatives and training activities are aligned with business strategy and that necessary financial resources and support are provided to carry out training activities. To contribute to a company's business strategy, it's important that the training function understand and support it and provide value to its customers. Training plans include both technical and interpersonal skills required for each group and how those skills will be developed. To ensure that training plans help meet business needs, they are updated on a quarterly basis, and monthly meetings are held to include both training staff and business leaders who review training needs to discuss future business plans. The training staff focuses on identifying the 3 to 5 initiatives that are most important to support business strategy. After a company chooses its strategic training and development initiatives related to its business strategy, it then identifies specific training and development activities that will enable these initiatives to be achieved. How does a company determine whether training and development activities actually contribute to the business strategy and goals? This determination involves identifying and collecting metrics, business-level outcomes chosen to measure the overall value of training and learning initiatives. The business-related outcomes should be directly linked to the business strategy and goals. Some companies use the balanced scorecard as a process to evaluate all aspects of the business. The balanced scorecard is a means of performance measurement that provides managers with a chance to look at overall company performance or the performance of departments or functions, such as training, from the perspective of internal and external customers, employees, and shareholders. The balanced scorecard consists of 4 different perspectives: customer, internal, innovation and learning, and financial. The emphasis and type of indicators used to measure each of these perspectives are based on the company's business strategy and goals. The 4 perspectives and examples of metrics used to measure them include customer, like time, quality, performance, service, and cost; internal, processes that influence customer satisfaction; innovation and learning; operating efficiency, employee satisfaction, continuous improvement, and so on; and finally financial, including profitability, growth, and shareholder value. Metrics that might be used to assess training's contribution to the balanced scorecard include employees trained, training cost, and training cost per hour. In short, training is influenced by a number of factors. The roles that employees and managers have in a company influence the focus of training, development, and learning activity. Traditionally, employee roles were to perform their jobs according to their manager's directions. Employees were not involved in improving the quality of products or services. The degree to which a company's units or businesses are integrated affects the kind of training that takes place. In a highly integrated business, employees need to understand other units, services, and products in the company. Training likely includes rotating employees between different jobs in businesses or business units so that they can gain an understanding of the whole business. The development of global product and service markets is an important challenge for U.S. companies. For companies with global operations, training is used to prepare employees for temporary or long-term assignments overseas. Also, because employees are geographically dispersed outside the United States, companies need to determine whether training will be conducted and coordinated from a central U.S. facility, or will it be the responsibility of satellite institutions located near overseas facilities. A key challenge is ensuring learning is effective for all employees, regardless of language they speak or their cultural background. When unemployment is low and or businesses are growing at a high rate of speed, they need more employees. Companies also find it difficult to attract new employees, find employees with necessary skills, and retain current employees. Companies may find themselves in the position of hiring employees who might not be qualified for the job. Also, in these types of business conditions, companies need to retain talented employees. In a knowledge based economy, including the information technology and pharmaceutical areas, product development depends on employees' specialized skills. Losing a key employee may cause a project to be delayed or hinder a company's taking on new projects. Training plays a key role in preparing employees to be productive, as well as motivating and retaining current employees. Studies of what factors influence employee retention suggest that employees rate working with good colleagues, having challenging job assignments, and getting opportunities for career growth and development as top reasons for staying with a company. Human resource management practices consist of the management activities related to investments of time, effort, and money in staffing, determining how many employees are needed, and recruiting and selecting employees, performance management, training, and compensation and benefits. Companies that adopt a state of the art HR practice will contribute to the business strategy and tend to demonstrate a higher level of performance than firms who do not. These HRM practices contribute to the attraction, motivation, and retention of human capital, the knowledge, skills, and abilities embedded in people, which can help a company gain a competitive advantage. Training, along with selection, performance management, and compensation, influence attraction, motivation, and retention of human capital. Training helps develop company specific skills which can contribute to productivity and ultimately company performance. Also, training helps provide the skills that employees need to move into new jobs in the company, therefore increasing their satisfaction and engagement. The type of training and the resources devoted to training are influenced by staffing strategy, by the strategic value of jobs and employee uniqueness, and human resource planning. Staffing strategy refers to a company's decisions regarding where to find employees, how to select them, and the desired mix of employee skills and statuses, temporary, full-time, and so on. It's important for you to recognize that training and development and learning opportunities can vary across companies because of the differences in companies' evaluation of the labor market, their staffing strategy, or the strategic value and uniqueness of jobs and positions. Another strategic consideration affecting how companies invest its training and development resources is based on the different types of employees. One distinction that some companies make is in training and development activities is for managers and individual contributors. Managers may receive development opportunities, such as job experiences and international assignments, that individual contributors do not because they are being evaluated and prepared for leadership positions in the company. Another way different types of employees can be identified is based on their strategic value and uniqueness to the company. Uniqueness refers to the extent to which employees are rare or specialized and not highly available in the labor market. Strategic value refers to employees' potential to improve companies' effectiveness and efficiency. Human resource planning includes the identification, analysis, forecasting, and planning of changes needed for the human resource area to help the company meet changing business conditions. Human resource planning allows the company to anticipate the movement of human resources in the company because of turnover, transfers, retirements, or promotions. Human resource plans can help identify where employees with certain types of skills are needed in the company. Training can be used to prepare employees for increased responsibilities in their current job, promotions, lateral moves, transfers, and downward moves or demotions that are predicted by the human resource plan. Unions' interest in training has resulted in joint union management programs designed to help employees prepare for new jobs. How often and how well a company's training program is used are affected by the degree to which managers, employees, and specialized development staff are involved in the process. If line managers are aware of what development activity can achieve, such as reducing the time it takes to open and fill positions, they may become more willing to become involved in it. Today, companies expect employees to initiate the training process. Companies with greater acceptance of continuous learning philosophies require more development planning. Companies will support training and development activities, such as tuition reimbursement and the offering of courses, seminars, and workshops, but will give employees the responsibility for planning their own development. Training and development planning involve identifying needs, choosing the expected outcome, like behavior change or greater knowledge, identifying the actions that should be taken, deciding how progress towards goal attainment will be measured, and creating a timetable for improvement. To identify strengths and weaknesses and training needs, employees need to analyze what they want to do, what they can do, how others perceive them, and what others expect of them. A need can result from gaps between current capacities and interests and the type of work or position the employee wants to perform in the future. This course describes 4 business strategies: concentration, internal growth, external growth, and divestment, and highlights the implications of each for training. Each strategy differs based on the goal of the business. A concentration strategy focuses on increasing market share, reducing costs, or creating and maintaining a market niche for products and services. Training implications of this strategy include team building, cross-training, specialized programs, interpersonal skill training, and on-the-job training. An internal growth strategy focuses on new market and product development, innovation, and joint ventures. The implications of this strategy include high-quality communication, cultural training, development of organizational culture that values creative thinking and analysis, technical competence in jobs, manager training in feedback and communication, and conflict negotiation skills. An external growth strategy emphasizes acquiring vendors and suppliers or buying businesses that allow the company to expand into new markets. Training implications for this strategy include determination of the capabilities of employees, integration of training systems, methods and procedures of combined firms, team building, and development of shared culture. A divestment strategy emphasizes liquidation and divestiture of businesses. Training implications of this strategy include motivation, goal setting, time management, stress management and cross-training, leadership training, interpersonal communications, outplacement assistance, and job search skills training. Research suggests a link between business strategy and the amount and type of training. A corporate university includes employees, managers, and stakeholders outside the company, including community colleges, universities, high schools, and grade schools. Corporate universities can provide significant advantages for a company's learning efforts by helping to overcome many of the historical problems that have plagued training departments. A corporate university can help make learning more strategic by providing a clear mission and vision for learning and ensuring that it's aligned with business needs. It can also help companies who have a strong business culture and values ensure that they're emphasized in the learning curriculum. Also, the corporate university can control costs and maximize the benefits of learning. This occurs through providing consistent training activities, disseminating best learning practices throughout the company, effectively using technology to support learning, evaluating learning's impact on employees and business results, and establishing partnerships with academia and other company stakeholders such as the community to develop custom training and degree programs. The top 5 organizational goals of corporate universities are to improve customer service and retention, improve productivity, reduce costs, retain talented employees, and increase revenue. A survey found that measuring business impacts was a high priority. 70% of the companies measured business impact through product or service quality and customer service, and more than 50% measured reductions in operating cost and increased revenues. Business-enabled, or BE, learning functions are characterized by 5 competencies: strategic direction, product design, structural versatility, product delivery, and accountability for results. Strategic direction includes a clearly described goal and direction to the department, as well as a customer focus that includes customizing training to meet customer needs and continuously improving programs. A BE learning function not only views trainees as customers, but it also views managers as customers who make decisions to send employees to training, and senior level managers as customers who allocate money for training. BE means the learning function is customer focused. It takes more responsibility for learning and evaluating training effectiveness, provides customized training solutions based on customer needs, and determines when and how to deliver training based on those customer needs. The learning function operates like an external consulting firm. The most noticeable feature of a BE function is its structure. In BE training functions, all persons who are involved in the training process communicate and share resources. Trainers, who are responsible for developing training materials, delivering instruction, and supporting trainees, work together to ensure learning occurs. The trainers not only have specialized competencies like instructional design, but also serve as internal consultants and provide a wide range of services like needs assessment, content improvement, customization of programs, and results measurement. Internal marketing is especially important for trainers who act as internal consultants to business units. Marketing is important for the successful adoption of new training programs by helping to overcome resistance to change, especially misconceptions about the value of training. Here are some successful internal marketing tactics. Involve the target audience in developing the training or learning effort. Demonstrate how a training and development program can be used to solve specific business needs. Showcase an example of how training has been used within the company. Identify a champion who supports training, and speak in terms that employees and managers understand. It's also important to develop and communicate the training brand. A brand includes the look and feeling of the training function that is used to create expectations for its customers. The training function also needs to develop its own strategy and communicate it to its customers. The strategy should include what products and services it plans to offer, how training requests will be handled and by whom, how it will demonstrate partnerships with other departments and business units within the company, and the service level that it intends to provide to customers. Service before, during, and after training, development, or other learning initiatives needs to be considered. The training function strategy should be aligned and coordinate with the business strategy. Outsourcing refers to the use of an outside company, an external services firm, that takes complete responsibility and control of some training or development activities, or that takes over all or most of a company's training, including administration, design, delivery, and development. Business processes outsourcing refers to the outsourcing of any business process such as HRM, production, or training. Survey results suggest that slightly more than half of all companies outsource instruction. Less than half outsource some or all of the responsibility for developing customized training content and courses. Why should companies outsource training? Some of the reasons are cost savings, time savings that allow a company to focus on business strategy, improvements in compliance and accuracy in training mandated to comply with federal, state, or local rules, like safety training as an example, the lack of capacity within the company to meet learning demands, and the desire to access best training practices. Some companies choose a comprehensive approach, outsourcing all training activities. Although some companies are beginning to outsource and the trend appears to be growing, most companies outsource only smaller projects, not the complete training and development function. Two reasons that companies do not outsource their training are 1. The inability of outsourcing providers to meet company needs, and 2. Companies' desire to maintain control over all aspects of training and development, especially delivery of learning content.